Coming up on show 622, a power update for Tesla owners, the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo, and a new EV taxi cab. All those stories, and a couple more actually, not a busy weekend of news. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're listening in the world. Welcome to EV News Daily, and if this is the first time you're listening, my name is Martyn Lee. I go through every EV story that I can find, and then I whittle it down to save you time, because I know that you are so busy. Well, thank you to myev.com for lending their support to this show. If you're in the USA and you haven't checked it out yet, myev.com. Myev.com is how they connect buyers and sellers of used EVs in the US, but there's so much more to it than that, helping you understand and navigate the world of your first EV and even a new dealer section as well. So I mentioned this at the beginning of the show, the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo has been seen. It's a spy video we're talking about, captured by a YouTuber, the Carspotter Jeroen. The Taycan Cross Turismo had its typical disguise on that you've seen the Taycan wear before. The previous spy shots that have been seen earlier this year. Concealments include black tape on the body and other tapes around the headlights to hide the details from eagle-eyed spy photographers, but they know what they're looking for, and they've got the shots that we wanted to see, that there's another Taycan coming soon. Of course, they do still install the fake tailpipes. Who are they kidding? It's kind of weird. I sort of get it, but I sort of think, well, you've released the Taycan to the world now. So, yes, you're making the Gran Turismo, the Cross Turismo rather, different body style, but we know you make EVs, and we know what they're like, Porsche. Anyway, moving on. The yellow round sticker on the rear windshield is a dead giveaway. If they're doing testing, they need to tell emergency services, I suppose, if there was an issue. It's a pure EV, and so that's the dead giveaway for us. According to Motor1.com, the long roof version of the Taycan. I like the styling of this, actually. It looks gorgeous car. Will more likely inherit the performance numbers of the sedan version. You know, performance is going to be different because the different body size, the different body weight as well, but if they're testing it now, we know that that program continues, and that there'll be another Porsche Taycan to choose from very soon. Well, congratulations to the team at EVgo. They've expanded their fast charging network in California over the year 40%. They've got 300 locations now. More than 80% of Californians live within a 15-minute drive of one of the stations. This year, the company installed more than 100 chargers, and the plan for 2019 is to add over 200, actually, usually more than one per site as well, according to Inside EVs today. EVgo has more than 750 locations across the US. They're not just a Californian company. They've got 1,200 fast chargers. It does mean that California represents 40% of the network. That's where all of the EVs are being sold at the moment. And the rest of the country is certainly catching up. According to EVgo, the number of customers using the network exceeds 180,000. Congratulations to the gang there. And it is a curious thing, isn't it, when you look at how expensive it is to put in EV chargers. Of course, a private enterprise is going to put them where they can make the most money. So if you look at Tesla, they have a slightly bigger goal than just what's the best location to make money to put a charger. They want a network. And of course, for Electrify America, the you've done a very bad thing money that Volkswagen were forced to spend, they have to do a nationwide network. But of course, if you have a company that just needs to make a profit, then why would you put an EV charger in the middle of nowhere where there's no EVs? So yes, California has all the chargers, but California has all the cars. But also, we do need some way of making sure that there is a fair and equitable system of people charging their cars, and that just because if they live in an area that isn't perhaps the most profitable, there aren't EV charger dead zones going forward. And I know there certainly are at the moment. Okay, moving on. Dynamo, not the magician. Dynamo is a UK-based vehicle manufacturer. They've unveiled their first 100% zero-emission, what's called a Hackney carriage. A black cab, in other words, for London. It's been officially approved by Transport for London. The Dynamo Taxi is wheelchair compatible, takes about 5 people. I think it's based on another model. Dynamo Managing Director Brendan O'Toole unveiled the Dynamo Taxi, which is based on a Nissan, the Nissan ENV 200. So, of course, being a Nissan, it has Chademo charging, but there's plenty of Dynamo chargers in many parts of this country at least. I'm sure this vehicle will be sold outside the UK though. The Dynamo Taxi will accelerate the retirement of current diesel taxis from city streets across the UK, improving air quality. Taxis currently account for 16% of all vehicle nitrogen oxide emissions in central London, at least. But yeah, that's huge, isn't it? Almost a fifth of all NOx is coming from the taxis. And those London black cabs, if you've seen them, they are workhorses, and they just keep going on and on and on. They're diesel engines, and they go for hundreds of thousands of miles, which of course is good that we are making the most of the the sunk costs, as it were, in terms of what it costs in terms of CO2 to make a vehicle. It's good that they're not being scrapped early, but equally some of those engines, I mean, they just kick out black smoke. They don't even try and hide it. So we need to get these EVs on the road as soon as possible in London. The ENV200 40 kilowatt hour battery pack, 80 kilowatts of power, DC fast charging, of course, on Dynamo at 50 kilowatts. Some owners of Teslas are now reporting that new software is coming through with the power increase they were promised by Elon only a few days ago. Tesla wrote in the release notes, they said this: your car's power has been increased by approximately 5%, improving acceleration and performance, reports Electrek. That's due to Tesla figuring out how to optimize motor control through software. We heard on the earnings call that they said they were going to be rolling out a 5% improvement for Model 3s, 3% I think for S and X. If I remember, it was a busy day. But I didn't expect to see that so soon. Are you one of them? Have you got your update? I'd love to know. You can let me know. Another update that's being rolled out to the S, the X and the 3, or I should say S3 and X, if I'm getting it in the correct order. They are getting their first look at a new scheduled departure feature as part of an over-the-air update that enables a vehicle to complete a user-determined battery state at a specific time. And some would say, shouldn't that be on all EVs already? Well, according to Teslarati, as its name implies, scheduled departure feature known as previously smart preconditioning does indeed prepare Tesla's battery state of charge for a specific time of departure every single day. By enabling the ability to set a departure time on the day of the week, Tesla owners can now better control when their vehicle reaches charge completion, thereby timing it close to their departure time. An added benefit of being able to end charging in a specified time is cost savings as well. Well, Tesla themselves say this: it's now easier to have your car comfortable and ready with scheduled departure for any location, like your home. Plug in your car and select a time for when you want your car to leave. Once your specific time is set, the car will schedule charging to complete before the peak electricity rates kick back in to reduce energy costs and ensure consistent regen braking and performance, says Tesla. Again, let me know if you've had any updates, and we will pass them on the podcast. Right, quick plug for Question of the Week, which gets read out on Sunday's show. I keep delaying recording the podcast because my voice is getting worse and worse, and I'm actually kind of feeling a little bit better, but maybe I'll give it a few more hours and start to work on I don't know, gargling something. My EV question of the week, set by your fellow listener Chris: would you buy a new EV which doesn't have CCS fast charging? In other words, Dynamo. If it's Nissan, would you buy a car with AC charging like a Renault Zoe? Yes, I would. But what do you think? Let me know. Email me, hello@evnewsdaily.com, or leave a comment in the show notes of YouTube and Facebook. Well, thank you very much to everyone who supports this show on Patreon. There are many people actually who have supported on Patreon since the very beginning, which is just stunning. It's over a year ago, I think. Maybe it's coming up to a year, I forget. Thank you so much. You can cancel, obviously, anytime. I'll make this show for free, but I couldn't do it without your support. So thank you very much for those, especially those who've been there since day one, week one. I really appreciate everything that you do. It's not like you're married to this show, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. Definitely in sickness at the moment. So, but if you do want to carry on with Patreon, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Our premium partners are Phil Roberts of Electric Future, Brad Crosby, and also Avid Technology. The archive is online, and you can get all those archive shows, 621 of them, for free anytime. If you want to search something on the blog, evnewsdaily.com is working again. I've brushed up my WordPress skills. Thank you very much, by the way. I had a couple of offers of people saying, oh yes, I do WordPress stuff. Let me know and I'll fix it for you. But I kind of like lifting the bonnet and having a look underneath and just seeing if I could watch some YouTube videos and work it out. And I did. Not quite sure how, but it's working again. The evnewsdaily.com has a little search thing and you can find some old stories if you need to. The new shows come at you for free if you're a subscriber, and then we can stay in touch. Come and say hi on the socials by searching EV News Daily. Have a wonderful day. Catch you soon. Remember, there's no such thing as a self-charging hybrid.